Hey guys! So for this week's assignment, the community that I chose to focus on is Peoria, Arizona. It's a area that I am familiar with. I've lived here since I was a sophomore in high school. Um, the area I live in is farther north, so it's about 20 minutes south of Anthem. It's a wealthier area, I would say. A lot of people drive like nicer cars, expensive cars. The houses are fairly big. Um, what I realized though was that I wasn't aware of just how well off a lot of the people here are. Um, you know, the community demographics that I researched, there's only 2.18% of people here that live in poverty. And of the children, there's actually 12.57%, which I was a little bit surprised by that. I didn't think that there would be a higher, 12 isn't high by any means, but it was more than I think I was expecting for this area. Another thing I was actually really surprised about was that the people who graduate with high school diplomas is 98.26%. So that's only 1.54% of people who don't graduate with diplomas, which, for me, I was actually really surprised by that. I didn't think, I knew that most people here took education very seriously, believe me. But I was really surprised at how it's almost 100% of youth that go to school here graduate with a high school diploma. Another thing I was really surprised about was the median income for this area is $89,000, which is about $10,000 more than the median income for Phoenix or for Arizona in general. That was a pretty staggering amount. Like I said earlier, like I knew that this area was wealthier, but I didn't think by that much. For me anyways, I feel like a median income of $89,000 is pretty high. Another thing I was surprised about, I've lived here since I was a sophomore, but I'm realizing I really was not aware of just how many resources are available. There is so many, especially with early education, family resources, teen resources, elderly resources. There's a lot of churches out here. Like we have a huge one, Christ Church of the Valley, which is really close to me. That's a humongous church. I think when I was in high school, that was like everybody I knew went to church on a Sunday. And then, there's a lot of churches dotting almost every other street corner as you drive around down here. But they also are really involved in the community. There's a lot of drug resources out here for addiction, that kind of stuff. I did think it was really cool. I was surprised by this because I guess I'm just not as involved in my community as I should be, but I wasn't expecting there to be so many resources in just this area. Peoria is fairly big, but it's not, I guess my particular area I don't think is that big. But there's a lot of outreach programs. There's a ton of activities that they have for young kids, for families. There's a ton of support programs for teenagers, which I thought was really cool. Mentoring programs, all that kind of stuff. Overall, I was really surprised by a lot of my findings throughout this research. So I really enjoyed this project. I think it was really eye-opening for me.